what's going on? This is Dubstep. We're going to start this off with two really quick clips right here, the double headshot and reaction. Pretty juiced about that. Not that great, but, you know, pretty juiced. And we're going to finish this up with the two back-to-back quickscope clips like so. Just put these in here just to mix it up a little bit. And, yeah, so let's get into this gameplay. And we have finally made it to part 7 of the 7 videos in 7 days mini-series Dubstep's Made Madness thing, and it is a long time coming. Yeah, this particular gameplay I joined a little bit late. First one of the day. I go hard at the beginning. And really I was just kind of, you know, jamming to some tunes. And that is something I have to recommend that you guys try, because for some reason it just made me do so much better. I mean, it didn't hurt that these people are pretty terrible, and I know this gameplay didn't start off too well, but it could have been a double nuke easily. That I'm telling you right now, if you couldn't tell just by that sentence, that this is a nuke gameplay. The final score has a lot more deaths than I'd like it to, but I was really just kind of rushing in there. You know, trying to rush for that double nuke. Once I get the nuke, I think I get about a 32 kill streak or something, so it was pretty high. Actually get the nuke out of my AC-130, so, you know, I was definitely running around getting a lot more kills with my gun, and I think that's what you guys want to see as far as gameplay goes. So I think this is the actual kill streak here, and yeah, I know I actually was saying that I would do a live com for this, but I was just, you know, I was choosing to do a little warm-up here, and before I'd start doing my live comms, and, you know, got a pretty great game, and I was just like, you know what, why don't I just use that, because I thought I really enjoyed this, and mostly because I'm using the AK-47 FMJ, which, honestly, the FMJ I'm using is honestly just so I can unlock extended mags. Even though I have already unlocked extended mags on every single gun at one point, I have all the little mastery titles and stuff like that. But I was doing it again here. I'm pretty close to getting extended mags back on the AK. But just kind of want to let you guys know that it's really, FMJ is such a useful attachment, especially on a gun like AK-47, because it, like the SCAR, has increased bullet penetration damage. The SCAR is still higher than it, but that means that, you know, shooting through stuff with FMJ is going to do even more damage than that of like an ACR or something. So it's very useful. There's a lot of things in Modern Warfare 2 that are very like flimsy cover, like there's little metal sheets and wood stuff. So yeah, it's a great attachment to have. I really think you should try out this class. It just does wonders for me, and I love it. And the AK-47 is definitely not a very overpowered gun, so it's good. I mean, when I'm not using my overpowered weapons class of a F2000 Desert Eagle, you know, the two most overpowered weapons, especially for their weapon or unlock level, I go with the AK-47, and I do pretty well with it. So here I get my AC-130, actually come, I think, one off the nuke in it. Just checking my score there. Not really too focused on these guys. Could care less if I kill them. See, I could have easily got a double kill if I shot the big one, but, you know, I just suck, so. Yeah, and it looks like the views are actually starting to pick up a little bit. I'm pretty happy about that. Still getting a lot of views in my guide videos. Should definitely make another one of those when I have more time. I was almost certain I was going to do an LMG guide for Modern Warfare 3, but they actually buffed the LMGs in that game right after I was starting to make my guide. So I was a little, you know, I don't know, demotivated to, here I'm one off nukes, just kind of panicking, but I was a little like demotivated to like get that guide out there, because I felt like they're already actually pretty good now in Modern Warfare 3. You might not necessarily need a guide to do it. And you see here, these guys are not very good, but I managed to kill a guy with my Akimbo M9s. Great secondary, great at everything, pretty much as the M9. And yeah, this game can be so much fun when you don't get noob tubed or do all this other stuff that has still wrong with this game that hasn't been addressed. But yeah, here I get a nice little double spray. Wisely get out of there before I get sniped and keep going for the kill. I'm just rushing these guys. I was almost actually at this point like begging them to kill me so I could get my second nuke or have as much time as possible to get it. I probably could have done it if I was a little bit more relaxed and played a little bit more defensive like I did to get the Harriers in this. But I don't know. I kind of, after I got into this style rushing, at this point I couldn't really get out of it, and I ended up still getting some nice or pretty good amount of kills, but I just didn't really get like high kill streaks. So yeah, it's kind of a hard mentality to put yourself in, but I just turned on this guy right here. It's pretty cool. It's at this point I thought it was just gonna look almost fake, just like I was, boosting this because of how many like mistakes the other team has made. But I assure you, it's all real. I actually did this. I think I died right about here. I'm not actually sure, but as you see, I get a lot of kills after the nuke. Yeah, there we go. Not sure I brought the score up, but I'm pretty sure it was around 32-ish. Yeah. So I actually wait until the very end of the game to call that nuke in, and I continue to go around mowing people down. But as I was saying, to do well in this game, you kind of have to make sure that you keep yourself in check. Like even if you're a relatively successful player, like me, a lot of times you can kind of get like lured into the pace of the game by continuing to just run into areas that you know you're gonna die in, but you do it anyways just because you don't really want to like take the time to think and plan out your next like movement, because when you do take that time and you plan and then you get killed right away, it's also a little demotivating. So yeah. But if you actually pay attention, you keep taking these other routes, not just kind of running straight back to the fight like this, you're gonna do a lot better, and that's something I need to work on. I can do it well when I focus on it, but a lot of times I just kind of get a little impatient, a little bored, and I just kind of go and run here and die, which is probably why I do a lot better in Black Ops, because I feel like in Black Ops, even it's harder to get penalized for doing things like that in Black Ops, where if you have fast enough reactions, you can turn on a lot more people and just things like that, where it doesn't, even if you do kind of get caught in the wrong situation sometimes, I feel like the better player prevails a lot more when, the connection is right and all this other stuff. But, so, yeah, that's, I guess, my little tip for this game here. This game's actually wrapping up 172 to 80 something. I've had a lot of games where I just go completely beast mode, but we actually lose, and I don't really want to show those because, the point of this game is to win the games, For gameplay purposes, it's definitely just to kill horde, and I know everyone likes to kill hordes in the games, but the real objective is to win the game, which is why I pay a lot more attention to win-loss ratio than I do to KD. And I honestly think that there should be another way of deciding, like, if you leave a game early, if you get a win or a loss. I think I don't know, maybe if you're like losing, maybe if you say like if the game is more than 3/4 of the way over and then you leave and you're winning, you still get a win, or you just don't get a loss. You don't get the win, but you don't get a loss, because I can see how if people are losing and they leave and they don't count the loss, that should be counted. But I think if a team is going to win and you back out to join your friend or something and you get the loss, that's a little unfortunate, and that's really what throws the win-loss ratios off. But final score is 53-9, I believe. So there we go. It's final score and end of the May Madness series. So thank you guys for watching. Please check out the other videos and like and subscribe and favorite. So goodbye.